welcome to the We Start Late because it's our show. Get Off My Porch podcast. I am Rock Out Podcast with Charles McFall. That lovely laughter over there is the Bracy _ Joseph _ R.
How's it going?
My ears are ringing, man. I got a infection from that dirty hippie Evie that came past me the other day or something. It's because 90% of what I do is based off my hearing. It really bothers me when I have the tinnitus, and I don't know where it came from. It usually comes from two different things. And I'm obviously not stuffy and coughing and this, but pollen and those kind of things that gets me stuffy will make that happen as well. Or I'm exhausted. I had good sleep last night. I took a 5-hour energy, and I'm not stuffed up, so I do not know why it's going on, but it is a distraction for me right now.
Clearly, you need to watch that video of the tree that falls down and all the pollen comes out of it. That'll help clear all that.
Lord, I can only imagine what it is. Yeah, that video. So pass.
It's a video. It's been circulating for a number of years, but they're cutting down a tree and it literally hits and just a huge cloud of yellow pollen just flies everywhere.
So that is not what we called to talk about. What we did call to talk about is making some travel arrangements. Because I was just actually, how far are you from that hospital?
Depending on
the other side of town, I think.
Yeah, it is the other side of town. Depending on traffic, half an hour or so.
Yeah, Chattanooga is a pretty big spread out space.
Well, and I'm in the quote unquote suburbs of Chattanooga, so
right. But you're more kind of northeastern. This hospital is on the southwestern side. Mm-hmm. And I sat there. I did look up 7-Eleven, but I was patient loaded. Not when I looked it up. I was waiting with the patient at the hospital with them. But I did look up 7-Elevens so to see if it was worth it. And because sometimes when we do these trips, we can drop them off at a doctor's office and come back. That gives us a couple hours to kill, which I absolutely would have gone over to 7-Eleven. Then tonight's show would have been, hey, Joe, I don't need to come up there Saturday. I got my slurpee fix. I'm sorry you're on your own. To mess with you that way. But it was just not worth. Stop it, Kurt. It's too early to start submitting titles. I'll tell you how to do titles here in a second, everybody. But basically, I did look it up. It was 15 minutes out of the way. I didn't do it. Very long day the other day. So I was within 20 minutes of Joe. Still couldn't get away to say hi or get my Slurpee, which is really what I wanted to do. But Saturday, we were talking right before this on the preamble, and I'll be up there in time for Community Day, and we'll do Community Day. And did you want to put out the possibility to people to contact us if they're in the area to hang out like we did with Mr. Tambourine for PokeFest?
Sure, yeah. I mean, if you're wanting to come to the area and play with us, that's fine. We're gonna go to a little park called Imagination Station in Collegedale, Tennessee. It's right next to a library and a police station and City Hall.
Is that the Wish version of Conjunction Junction?
What's your function?
Yeah. Imagination Station. What's your vacation? You can't do anything good with that.
Imagination Station, it's a cute little playground. There's a bunch of stops there, and there's a walking path that goes to a little Armed Forces Memorial, and then it goes around a duck pond, and it continues on further, but there's a lot less Pokestops further. So I usually go from Imagination Station over to the duck pond and circle back and just do that loop back and forth. So, and then I wanted to address this real quick before I forget.
Did you though?
Yes, I did. I felt like such a derp when I realized finally what DivaSite was saying last week about his Chansey particles poofing. And I talked to him a little bit in the Discord as well. So I'm going to demonstrate here live what was going on. But basically, so I've got this Chinchou that is ready to be caught with my Pokemon Go Plus. I just clicked to catch it. And so I'm in the capture screen as well. So I actually just caught it. I'm going to throw a ball at it. oh, it's a nice throw. It's going to immediately pop out. Like it's not even going to, well, it'll shake once. Okay. Pop out and poof, gone. But if I look at my recently captured, there's that Chin
It's
Chow.
there.
It's there. And so
Okay, I do remember what you kind
yeah.
of line of what he was saying. Yeah.
And so he was talking about how all of his chances, he specifically called out chances, were poofing immediately. And so yeah, so if you use the plus while you're in the capture screen, then that's what'll happen is it'll immediately run right after you try to capture it. And so, yeah. Whether or not you capture it, because with the plus or the gotcha or whatever device you're using, the Pokeball Plus, whatever you're trying to do, it will always just make one attempt, and it will either catch it or the Pokemon will flee. And if you are simultaneously playing on your phone at the same time, that's already registered in the database. Oh, it's already caught, and so that it triggers it to automatically run away after the first ball, so that you're not double catching it.
There's no way you can double catch it, right?
No, they put this coding in as a safety measure to be like, no, you can't double catch it. So, but yeah, I felt like halfway through the week this past week, I was like, oh, that's what he meant. And so yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, they stopped Divasite trying to catch extra stuff. You cheater, you dirty hippie cheater.
Well, when I'm playing with both the plus and physically, like during community days and things like that, I just reflexively hit the button.
Yeah, of course.
And so I'll go to catch stuff that I reflexively hit the button and it'll run away on me. It's all good. It happens. So looks like I'm gonna have to change my my battery before this weekend. My Pokemon Go Plus is saying it's got a low battery.
I need to charge mine, which I can do if I think about it. I can do it in the car on the way up there. That's what I do love about the gotcha, the USB part of it. Is just take the little wristband off. I can stick it in my USB charger in my car and be done. You know, in the 2 hours it takes me to get to you, it'll get enough juice, get things done.
It'll be juicy.
And then it's almost like a meta game, right? I try to race myself. Say, oh, can I catch this one before the watch tries to catch it? You know, because it's all on auto, right, with the gotcha. So I definitely turn it on because, you know, you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to get a shiny. Or while you're catching one, there's 3 others that the watch can catch for you at the same time. So it's just like, it's dumb, but I do it. But that is not what we call to talk about again. I don't know. Okay, so for those of you who may be wondering, all the millions of emails we get every week about, Charles, why are you saying that dumb phrase? That's not what we call to talk about. It goes back to my early podcasting days and a show I used to listen to called The Underground Short Bus. And they would always digress. They would start off opening the show and go in different directions, and they'd always get themselves back on track with that phrase. But that's not what we call it. And it just became this catchy catchphrase that they had. And the whole show really was just about talking about whatever they wanted to. But anytime they wanted to change the subject, it was, that's not what we call to talk about. And I don't know. I've always loved it.
So you're the rock god of tangents?
I'm the rock god of shut up. That didn't work. Before we go into the actual experiences of the week, if you're listening live on Twitch, which you can come out any Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern and be a part of the little side game that we play where you put in the exclamation point and then you put the letter S. Hit the space bar, and everything after that will be submitted as a title. So like Joe put in exclamation mark S, hit space bar, and typed out rock god of shut up. And then it popped up and went, submission has been added. And actually, Stream Elements is now on board and adding submissions as well as Nightbot. I forgot to disable that this week. And Video by Kurt has been adding some titles. But that's where we get the titles for the show, for the podcast each week. So if you'd like to be a part of that game, come on and play. So right now, we're going to jump over to our Discord and start talking about the awesome people and their experiences of the week. For Ellie, One of my favorite.
I think I'm gonna swing over.
Whatever. Thanks for messing up my joke, but I'm gonna still tell my joke anyway. 4 LA is my favorite LA. LA 1, 2, and 3 can just right on out. They're dirty hippie LAs. 4 LA is my kind of LA.
Which is LEP.
LEP. And she did the after 4 o'clock. No, hers says 312 on her opening. Her daily free box is 2 rare candies, 3 rocket radars, and 2 incense. Now, I'm not sure about a time frame, Joe. I know we've talked about this for 2 weeks now, maybe. But I see the difference. Now it's anecdotal. But if I open up my game before lunch, local time for me, it happens to dawn on me that I'm sitting there drinking my coffee, and you know what? I'll look at Pokemon for a minute, whatever. Or I'm in my car and I turn it on to get the gacha going, right? And I look at the daily free box. It's usually kind of crappy. It's usually, here's a few regular Pokeballs and something. And then after a certain time, because I don't pay that much attention, it's afternoon. I tell you that somebody else proposed after 4. In this particular screenshot, Ellie is doing it at 3:12 local time for her. And it's a much better box. And I mean, that's a really good box. You got some incense, you got 3 rocket radars, and 2 rare candies. I mean, that's a phenomenally free box. So there is a difference in what you get out of it when you open it. We just don't know the time.
Yeah, well, and I don't think it always triggers either. I think sometimes it just stays a junk box all day. Okay. And so I don't know what the algorithm is for actually triggering a quote unquote upgraded box. So I don't know. All of my boxes this week have been pretty bad. Slim Shady 2 here in the chat says that his hasn't changed in the last 3 days. Yeah, so I don't know if it's just confirmation bias or what, but yeah, it definitely doesn't always do it.
All right,
but it seems to
right now, and it's after 8 o'clock local. 2 Pokeballs, 2 Great Balls.
Yeah,
it's free. I'm not gonna be like, bleh, but it's not what she was showing, and not what I've seen in others. I'm getting my Mossy Lure module from my free event box. And then there's the 1 coin event box that has 10 pineapple berries, 10 great balls, and 1 remote raid pass. I'll take. Nope. I already had 3 remote raid passes. So
yeah. I collected mine while I was working on the show notes just before the show, and mine was trash. I think it was like 2 Pokeballs and a raspberry, and that was it. Yeah. And I don't know what triggers it. But.
Some Sadie, first time chatter. Thank you for bringing that up about not changing. And maybe with that kind of feedback and perhaps, Joe, we can pay a little bit more attention. Perhaps our audience can pay a little bit more attention this week to the next Thursday. Saying, hey, I'm going to look in the morning, but then open it in the evenings. Maybe we can get some anecdotal evidence saying now it's not changing at all. Because it definitively changed before. Because after somebody mentioned it, I tried it once or twice, saw it change, right? Saw the effects. So either that was a bug and not a feature, or
Niantic was testing something briefly.
Exactly.
Who knows?
I just opened a Sandile, and I'm actually going to evolve it because it's for the first time ever. And let's see. Ellie, going back to our Discord, LAP put on, she got a medal. She got 2,500 Dragon type Pokemon. So very, very, very nice. Kittens and Knives is got a shiny Wilmer, and
are you in the Discord?
Yeah.
So where you at? Okay, sorry, we just didn't do the discussion of the week, so I was.
That's after we do the experiences of the week.
All right.
I know. It's been a long 6 years of doing this show, Joe. I know, but we got to keep it together for the children. We got to put our game face on.
Think of the children.
Dooley know that we hate each other and hate the stupid show. We don't want to do it again. I look forward to seeing you Saturday.
Goose Fraba.
And thank you, Dooley, for subscribing again. You're awesome. 14-month streak is amazing.
If I can quote Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're my #1 customer. Name that movie.
No.
Why?
I don't remember it. That's why. I'm too tired. My ears are ringing. Did we not cover this?
It's from Jingle All the Way. Fabulous
that's
Christmas
been a while,
movie.
Okay, I wouldn't know if I call it fabulous. Although I'll admit it's been a hot minute since I saw that movie, which is one of the reasons why I didn't even recognize the line. But there we go. So happy. I think this is just yes, just a regular happy.
No, it's a hundo. A hundo happy.
Now I see it.
It's a hundo peenie.
Nice. No crown. You know what, Dooley? You just
Rock God Eevee.
You just came in and like, I support you guys, and then slam. Here's a dirty hippie rock god EV.
That's okay. You may not be happy on the show, but the emojis show you as happy for this EV.
I did not hit that button. That really should be locked in. Only I get to put my face on emojis. Anyway.
Those emojis made by the digital unicorn himself.
Yeah, that was great. Scott did that. Devakate says, going in a different direction. Yesterday, they were cleaning out storage totes. There was a storage tote full of toys from the older grandkids. My wife decided to dig down a bit, found this pristine, in a box, 1998 Pikachu. So my first concern was the batteries might have leaked. When I opened up the battery compartment to find my mother had a mixed alkaline and 2 heavy-duty batteries, so I'm amazed they had not leaked. My first concern is you opened the box.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Although apparently the box,
man.
If his mother had put the batteries in it, apparently.
It already been happening,
I can hear it. It's playing.
Oh, you hit the video? Yeah, I didn't hit the video.
Pika?
Oh, okay, I guess I didn't hit the video.
That's pretty awesome.
It's not coming through on my audio. That's okay.
I think it went through on the stream, though.
Well, good.
So.
Of course, you were saying awesome. I don't know what a Twitch box break is.
So a box break is when you, I'm assuming this is what they did, but in general, when I think box break, it's when you have people buy the packs out of it, and then you stream it over Twitch, opening them up for the different people.
No, okay, that is cool.
Now this could have just been he may be using the term box break to say that he opened these for himself on Twitch, and that could be that as well. He doesn't actually clarify kittens and high fives.
But that's a very straight out of Japan Pokemon box.
Oh yeah, with
the only word I can read on the box is Pokemon.
You can't read the number 5?
Oh, I can see it now. I can see it. I didn't see it before. Okay, so one number and one word. I can get one number and one word. So I'd like to know how that turned out. Posty One Kenobi says the definitive collection and put my face on it. We got a shiny Whirlpool, shiny Cascoon, shiny Beautifly. Cool. It's not where I thought this post was going to go. So very cool. Shiny Dustox, shiny Silcoon, and he named the one here Crispy, and it's shiny as well.
Yeah, shiny Wurmple with the party hat.
With the party hat. That's cool. That is cool. The Wurmple hat was traded to me. That's also cool. Then Kittens and Knives did TCG stuff here. And then the mail came. Mega Mewtwo X collection and a Flygon EX box. I know, let's see. And then, of course, the picture he showed earlier. And then some cards. Without the cards.
So, yeah, these cards are from him opening them up. As far as value goes, I don't know, but I really like that Beedrill artwork. Beedrill's definitely not going to be the most valuable card out of this break, but I really like that artwork there.
And this is what I do like about it. Our community, of course, is built on, and this show is built on Pokemon Go, the game. That doesn't mean you can't share your love of TCG or talk about other things. And I do like that his experience of the week, he's so happy to deal with some of the stuff and get some cool. And Devakate knows about it, says that's a major drip. Thank you, children. Respect the drip. But there's a community here is what I'm saying. And it's not just about our show. And it's not just about the Pokemon Go game. It is about people sharing their loves and their passions and being happy with what they have. And there's a good conversation go there. Devaka taking back, got 41 hippie Eevee caught, not one shiny. That's what you get for catching a rabid dog. They followed up with a not rabid dog of Rockruff being shiny.
Shiny little cute puppy.
Dugas. I can't do. I lost my voice there. Let me try again. Not making myself laugh. I can't do it. Dugas Rose 27 went up against Giovanni and stalking me for over a day in a balloon. My Pokemon and I finally defeated him. Took about 6 tries, but also counted for 2 different special tasks. Good job.
Nice.
And then we wrap it up with Posty 1 Kenobi with a shiny Braviary, Wurmple, Chansey.
Flower Crown Chansey.
I was going to say I can't zoom in enough on my screen to get the Flower Crown Chansey and Riolu shiny.
Dooley asking the important questions in chat. Where is Mew 3? We've got Mew. We got Mew 2. Where's Mew 3? Or is that
LA4?
Or maybe it's Mew Trio.
I don't know. All right, Joe. Now I know you're excited. We're getting to it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Who is your favorite monkey/ape Pokemon?
Well, do we have any on the Spotify? Okay. Well, we have one comment here on Reddit. Again, that's reddit.com/r/Pokemon GO Podcast. It comes to us from Vegetable Gate Runner. A Rangu is new favorite. Grabbed while listening to the pod.
That's my new favorite. In fact, you're listening to us when you got it.
And then they go on to comment about the Wisp question from Devo site as well. Says the Wisp question from Devo Caller. I wonder if he's talking about the stars after catching a Pokemon. Every so often, I almost see stars that come out of the Pokemon after a successful capture. That's not what he was talking about, but what you're talking about is a critical catch. So it shakes once, or it doesn't shake at all. I can't remember, but stars shoot up out of it, and it's a critical catch. Basically, I don't even know what the percentage. There's a chance that it just automatically catches it. Period. It says, screw all the algorithm for catching it. Don't even shake. Boom, you got it. So.
Okay.
That's what Vegetable Gate Runner is talking about. Ooh, so I've got a pet peeve, and it just happened to me. Yeah. So Dooley sent me a gift, and I actually really liked the postcard on it, but I had already clicked open. Once you click open, you can't click a pin to save it. I really wish that it would let you pin it while you're opening up the items. That's all.
Where do you want to pin it?
You can pin postcards to your little scrapbook thing.
Yes. So when I never do it.
I rarely do it, but it was some cool artwork, and I thought I would pin it, but you can't. So
I thought. Well, okay. Follow up with that. I'm missing something here.
You have to click.
You
have to click the pin before you click to open it, in order to pin it to your little postcard book, your scrapbook.
Oh, well, they do need to fix that.
Yeah, because I just reflexively hit open, and you can't change it after the fact. So, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm asking a question in chat here. So we do have some. But Joe, before we go on to what I did find with the answers, and my answer, what is yours favorite?
I'm gonna have to go with zaRUDE. I think he's pretty awesome. zaRUDE. I like the design of him. So yeah.
I agree. It's my second favorite, only because I found out about zaRUDE later. I just learned about a gorilla rate, which I'm like, I'd like to see what that looks like in the game, or Rillaboom. But zaRUDE, definitely near the top of my list. However, this is the one I came across first. This was in the game already. Infernate. I really dig the artwork on Infernate. The
Okay.
style, the way the flame is in the hair, the wrist and knee guards, and I don't know, it's just the whole thing's pretty cool.
There you go. Yeah, no, I mean, if you're going Gen 1, of course, there's the Mankey and the Primeape. And I'm kind of, well, we didn't have very many people answer, but I'm kind of surprised we didn't see more people saying just in general. Because I thought it was a good question. I thought.
It is a
I
great
thought.
question.
And speaking of monkeys, here's a Mankey right here.
If you forgot what a Mankey looked like, here you go.
Hard it.
So here's the from Spotify, which is owned by Anchor, which is where we host this show. Now that's a callback to somebody else. Tony P. Anderson used to say it that way. I loved it, and he stopped doing it that way. I'm like, you disappoint me. But on Anchor, we put up the question, and it goes out. If you listen on Spotify, you can then answer. I'm loving how well this is picked up, and people are interacting there. Zachman answers, ooh, OG Mankey, probably, but then regular form Darmanitan is a close second. Wait for it. Just look in those eyes, Charles. Look into them. Like, I remember Darmanitan. I actually know what you're talking about. Let me go look. And it's very, very sociopathic, hypnotic, dead eyes. I was like, oh, thanks for that, there, Zach, man. I'm not gonna have nightmares tonight, I promise. And then, it's just letter B. It makes me laugh every time I just go, says, my favorite monkey /ape Pokemon is probably Grookey because he's so cute in its final form. Oh, well, there you go. I want to see what Rillaboom looked like.
Is Rillaboom.
It is Rillaboom. And Rillaboom apparently is really good in PvP. I added it apparently because I talked over their answer, but that's what B says. And so thank you for those responses. And Joe, at some point, we really need to make a habit. Maybe, and we talked about this before. Is this the last show of the month, or we got one more show this month?
We got one more show this month.
All right. So how about this for the question of the week? Instead of having for the last episode of each month, let's not ask a question going into it. Let's go back over the last set of questions for the month and see if there's been other answers. So to that end, is it easier to go to Reddit? Because I'm just going to look on the different episodes. So to that end, we're going to give you extra time to answer what's your favorite ape/monkey Pokemon.
Yeah, so on Reddit, it's pretty easy to go to the different discussions. So if you actually go to old.reddit.com, all of the discussion posts appear as green text. The posts themselves are green, whereas all of our sources are blue. So I set that up forever ago.
So the first question of the month is, what would you change in the game to make team affiliation matter?
Yep.
And I also wanted to go back and read answers, like if people are listening behind, because we read them week to week, right? So we grab the answers from week to week. But I want to give everybody an opportunity to, if you're even listening a month behind, go in and pop your answer in. I want to know that you're involved and that you have an opinion. I'd like to hear your opinion. So we're going to go back on the last show of each month and review some questions. So it's a team affiliation. It's the what's your favorite monkey? Let's see. That was on the second. It says Rock God of I Don't Want as the episode. And
then you guys didn't do a discussion the week you were with Dennis.
I'm not gonna read it here. I'm gonna save it for next week. But it's Pokemon. What Pokemon would you own in the real world and why?
Well, that's right. And that wasn't on Discord. That was only on Spotify.
Yeah. And I see an answer that we haven't read yet on it. So I'm going to save it for next week. So definitely get on those episodes or get on this episode and answer those questions. I got to mute that. And answer those questions however you wish. Ask your own questions. But come and play. Come and play with us and have some fun. So on that note, we're going to take a quick break and we're right back. All right, I got to hit the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Run, Forrest, run.
I'm not sure if it's going to take me more than a minute, and I know we're running a little behind. Do you want me to go ahead and bring us back in, and you go ahead and take the topic, or you want me to run real quick?
Go ahead and bring us back in, and then I'll take the topic.
All right.
I'll run with it.
Awesome. All right. Let me put a marker in.
I always love hearing Lindsey Sterling. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Very talented artist.
If she, for any reason, is ever at Dragon Con, we're going to move the earth to get her just not even come to play the song and not do a panel. We're just gonna go to her like she's a busker in the subway. Here's $5. Play the Pokemon song. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna step away for a second. Joe, here, I'm gonna set you up, man. You can collect, you know what? You pick your topping. That's your setup. Pick your topping.
So one of the things that Niantic recently announced is that players will be able to collect a special postcard during Pokemon GO Community Day and get special postcards in select cities in the Asia Pacific region. So this is region specific, and I kind of wonder why they're doing that, but yeah, so they've got specific listings. So they've got 3 different ones in Taiwan, and I'm gonna mess up all this, I'm sure, in Taichung, Kaohsiung, and Tainan, and then in Thailand they've got Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Phuket, and then in Australia they've got Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast. And then in Malaysia, they've got Penang, Kuala Lumpur. And then in the Philippines, Manila. So they're doing these special event-exclusive Pokestops. And they actually give the specific locations. Like, for instance, in the first one in Taiwan, they say it's at this specific park. It's at the park entrance near the crossing of this road and this road, and things like that. So they tell you specifically where these event-specific Pokestops will be, where you can get these unique, quote-unquote, collectible postcards. And so that, I don't know, it might be all right. So, and then it says, even if you can't come to one of the featured venues, you'll still be able to participate in Stufful Community Day wherever you are. Well, yeah, of course. But yeah, so this makes me think of several years ago when Charles and I both went out to Chicago for Go Fest, and they had some of the weirdest ones labeled. Like, you could get a postcard for the bathrooms, and it specifically was labeled as the bathroom. Now it wasn't a picture of the bathrooms of the of the bathrooms, but it was just the generic Pokemon Go logo, but it was labeled as the bathrooms. And so some of those, I don't know. It might be interesting to collect. I am curious to see what the artwork for it is. But yeah, so they've got a few different locations in Asia Pacific where you can collect unique postcards. And if anyone sends them to us, or maybe I'll just have to Google it, I would be curious to see what the artwork actually looks like.
All right, I got you, man. I got you. Hey, Barry, let's me and you head off to Tokyo and these Asia-Pacific regions and take care of this. No, don't me. We're going to Tokyo. And then we can hit Taiwan, Thailand, Australia, all these other places. And we'll get you those cards, Joe, and we'll send it. Because Barry, just like me, wants to make sure you have the best experience in the game. So we're going to make sure you get some of this artwork, buddy. I got you.
But you're supposed to come up here, and we're going to go to 7-Eleven.
I'm sorry, Tokyo. Oh, slurpee.
But
Barry, I'm open, buddy.
Tokyo isn't even one of the places that has the sponsored stuff.
But Tokyo is close to all that stuff. Stop taking my sushi away from me.
Oh man. But yeah, so that is that.
Well, you know what?
Thunder Muffin pops in 7-Eleven.
May we summon the Thunder Muffin demon? Come on. But you know what, Thunder Muffin? You're not going to be able to keep me down. Come Saturday, if I'm not in Tokyo, I will be in Chattanooga with Joe getting my Slurpee on.
Yeah, and hopefully they're not out. Last time my wife went, they were completely out of Slurpees.
Joe? You know what? If we walk in and it's empty, I am not going to be happy. We will abandon Community Day to go around to the other places in Chattanooga. There's one on the west side, supposedly, according to the 7-Eleven map. So we will drive to Kentucky if we have to. I've waited long enough. I've been trolled long enough by Thunder Muffin, the CEO of the Slurps, to get you not. Why would you say that? Now you get me all kerfluffled. My ears are ringing. Joe's taking my Slurpees away. I'm not going to Tokyo tonight. I'm not happy.
Well, maybe you can win a trip to Hawaii.
That would make me actually very, very happy. How can I win a trip to Hawaii, Joe?
So Niantic recently made a post that says you could win a trip to Hawaii in celebration of Pokemon GO's Stufful Community Day during the season of Alola. And then it has a tweet on how you can enter. So if we look at that tweet, it says that you need to do two things. You need to retweet the tweet, and you need to follow the Twitter account, the Pokemon Go app. And that's it to enter. No, quote unquote, no purchase necessary. Rewards are unlocked when the total retweets reaches 10,000, 20,000, and 30,000. So there's 3 different mile marks to unlock the grand prize, the runner-up prizes, and then and it has the retweet milestones where people in game will receive stuff based on how many get tweeted out. So we've got.
Is it going in the order of 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3 on the picture?
So if you scroll down, the retweet milestone rewards for all players, there's 1, 2, 3. So at 10,000,
the trip is the first prize.
No. Well, those are happening regardless, and then depending on the number of retweets, players will receive a lore module, a lucky egg, and a raid pass, premium battle pass.
You, Joe, read again on that screen. What were the milestones of unlock?
10,000, 20,000, and 30,000. I mean, they're going to reach it. It's going to be a piece of cake.
Right now, as of this recording, they're at 107,000 retweets.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the ad. I just assumed they made it.
We have a 1 in 107,000 chance of winning this right now. And I do say we loosely, as in I have a mouse in my pocket, because as much as I would love to take you, if I don't take my wife with me to Hawaii, I will. Yeah,
because it is a trip for 2. It is a trip for 2.
Now, I could argue with my wife but babe, me and Joe are Pokemon Go players. We are Pokemon Go life partners, if you will. We need to go do Pokemon in Hawaii. And she'd be like, well, you better marry him because you're not coming back here to me.
I'm just saying it's a trip for 2, not a trip for 5. So someone's got to watch my kids. So my wife would probably stay here, to be honest.
You don't have in-laws. That's the only thing they're good for.
Yeah, they're not that kind of in-laws. But I love my in-laws, but they couldn't handle the kids for that long.
This is the beauty of having older kids. Is I can take off for however long that trip is, which is not very long. It's probably like a weekend version type of deal, and not have to worry about it. With my father-in-law and brother-in-law 2 doors down, and my kids being 17 and almost 16 respectively, the older ones, we'll be fine. So I guess I can go to Tokyo and Hawaii, Joe.
I'll just tell my wife she's been to Hawaii. I haven't, so clearly I get to go.
Oh yeah, well there you go. Clearly, if you win, Then I can be like, but babe,
Yeah,
Joe won the
yeah.
tournament.
I'm gonna be the one person that wins, and I'll be like, Charles, let's go.
Let's go.
And then
And
I'll
then
be
you know
like,
what?
just kidding. Come on, Barry.
Oh, Barry, you fraud! Ah.
Come on, hot gravy. You're gonna cook for me while we're there.
I was, I was gonna say, you and I get off the plane in Hawaii, and Barry's gonna be sitting there going, "What took you guys so long? Come on, let's go play." That's Barry. He just shows up all over the world. And Phil is sitting there going, "Why, Charles, are you talking about Joe and Barry and everything else, and you're not even talking about taking me?" Take me to church. Because my brother Fillery, you are a heathen. You don't even play Pokemon every once in a while. Whenever I call you out, you're like, "Look, I'm playing," but you don't really. You are a Christmas Baptist, sir. Take me to church. So yeah, it'll be Joe and me. Here we go. What it takes to max a zaRUDE through fair play. Now I'm assuming fair play means you're not spoofing or cheating or anything else. Is that about right?
Yes.
Or is that a term for something? Okay.
Well, because I can't remember who mentioned there's an Android app that will basically quote unquote walk for you to hatch stuff and collect buddy candy. So they're talking about doing it legit. Too legit to quit.
Look that one up, kids. Speaking of kids, I actually asked a question of Corinne's, and I have to go back and find it. Yes,
Curran started listening to our podcast when they were a wee lad, and now they're almost a teenager.
That's why I was asking, because by far, Curran was definitely one of the earliest listeners, and called in a couple of voicemails, but definitely we have what time is it from them on here, and that's when we're like, holy crap, it's a kid, and that's cool. And so I thought, hey, you know what? You've been coming off and on for a while. 3 years, almost 3 years, they've been listening to us. Started when they were 9, and guess what? They are turning 12 next Tuesday. So happy birthday, Currens. You're not going to Tokyo either.
You're not old enough.
However, if you let me know that there's a 7-Eleven near you, I will be more than happy to get you a 7-Eleven gift card and treat you to some Slurpees, buddy. That is on me. Thunder Buffet. I just scrolled down. Open my gifts for the love of God. All right. Headlines. So we're maxing out a zaRUDE. And you mentioned the app. And for the sake of research for this show, I went and looked to see if there's a Pokemon Walk app on iPhone or iOS. There is. I downloaded it. It was weird. Mm-hmm. I didn't like how it presented itself. I didn't really care for.
Well, it has to spoof your location, and I don't even want to get into that.
Me either. But this one was even more than that. It wasn't just a
just get a swing like
it's like Dennis.
Like Dennis.
This particular app was like record X amount of steps in your health app, which would
okay.
Well, I use my health app honestly. I use it to track steps, track health, lose some weight, those kind of things. So I'm like, I don't need my health app saying I walked 5K today just for a game.
Because you actually use it as it's meant to be.
Use it. I tried it once just to see. Did not see any results in game for steps. So, how it says you've taken so many steps since the last time you logged in. Did not see that happen. Didn't actually see it change any of my other apps. So as far as I can tell, it's worthless on iPhone, or it didn't work on iPhone 12 at least. And also, it just presents as really scammy and weird, and didn't like it. So there's my 2 cents on it. So here's what it takes to max them out through fair play. And it's just a picture. What am I missing here, Joe?
So it's actually a series of 4 pictures. There's a little or 5 pictures that you can scroll through. But basically,
Oh, I see the arrow now. Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right.
Let's see. So he shows it right. So he's got a bunch of little blips about him basically being Brian Ibbett, riding his bike and whatnot. Let me see if I can pull it up in a bigger. So a total of 780 hours riding his bike with zaRUDE as his buddy to max him out. That took 9,806 miles to do that. So that is some serious dedication. They spent almost 200 days, 195 days to do it.
Wow.
That's yeah, that is some serious dedication.
I also think they're humble bragging here too. It's like, look how much I ride. All right, Evan, we know you go cross country on your bike. Thanks.
Yeah, my zaRUDE is not even close to maxed out. I looked. I was curious. Well, that's rude.
I don't think I have to. Let me go check my. I'm opening Thunder Muffin's gift for once.
For once, I need to toss more of my rare candies at him because I mean I'm not fixing to go ride a bike for for 10,000 miles.
I don't mean this in any kind of negative way, but that's the most southern I think I've ever heard you be. You said fixing to. It's a very southern thing. I say that too. It's a very southern thing. No, I do not have a zaRUDE. I have a Zamazenta, Zapdos, Zangoose, but no zaRUDE. I wonder if I've even seen one. They're pretty rare, aren't they?
They're legendary. So
raids only.
And I think zaRUDE I think it was only the one that we could get because I think it was actually through special research that we got him.
Was it possibly through a special research you had to buy?
Let's see. Let's scroll down and look at some of the names of these.
Oh, my ears are killing me. Not painful, but it's just almost like when you take off in flight and you need to pop your ears. It's like, what is going on? It's such a weird sensation for me. Sorry.
I don't remember which research it was. I'll have to look it up.
Pokédex. And zaRUDE's one of the newest ones, so that's down towards the bottom. Not Galar. Ooh, what is this? Oh yes. That Tapu Bulu.
So apparently it was a special research called Search for zaRUDE. I wonder if it was one of the timed ones because I don't recall seeing it in the list of special research. So it might have been a timed one.
Yeah.
So you might not be able to get it.
And I need to evolve a Pango. That looks cool as crap. What is that? Florges. I've seen the Florges apparently. I'm just trying to see Shadow.
Okay, so yeah, the special research.
I saw zaRUDE.
The special research task was only available October 1st through the 10th of last year.
Oh man, okay, I know exactly why I didn't do it. Because that was when we were launching 1EMS, and I was working basically 18-hour days between running the companies and getting 1EMS ready to go. That I didn't play anything, so I probably didn't even realize it was there.
I'm sure it'll come back eventually in 2 or 3 years.
Tugus says I don't even get to be friends with Charles except here. You haven't invited me to do anything. As I say that, I'm double checking to make sure I don't have him on my friends list. Let's see. Tugus. Nope, not in my list. But here you go, Tugus. Here you go. I am going to make your day because I'm that egotistical. Here's my trainer code. I just want to do the QR code. All right.
You're going to do the QR code. You can always read out the number and you'll get a whole bunch of requests from people that listen that haven't added you yet.
All right, I'm holding it, giving you time to get your camera on.
Unless they're watching with their...
Hey, you know what? Here you go. 9. I'll just type it. We'll care. I'm not going to read it. I mean, I could read it out. It just feels like we're dragging this through the mud here. But here's something that's important for this weekend, Joe. 7 tips for the Stufful Community Day.
Stufful.
Slurp. I can't. We're gonna get a 7-Eleven analogy in there with his name somehow, but it might be Saturday. Go ahead.
The Slurpful Community Day.
Oh, there you go, Joe. Knocking it out.
A lot of these, I'm like, okay. This is definitely geared towards newer players. It says use pinup berries. Well, yeah. I mean, I think they're trying to. I think this is just me being jaded, but I'm like, could it be that they're telling us to use pinup berries because they're worried about all the backlash they're going to get for making this 3 hours, dropping it from 6 down to 3 hours? Because, I mean, they've done some tips and tricks over the years, but nothing like this. And then tip number 2, maximize your bonuses. And so it talks about some of the bonuses that are available. So, for instance, trainers level 40 and above will have double the chance to obtain Stufful Candy XL by catching Stufful. Oh, okay. Actually, I didn't actually know that one, but that's there.
That's what you get for a Klondike bar.
The incense activated during the like a lot of this is just the little blurb from the community day announcement. So, incense activated during the event will last 3 hours. Lore modules will last 3 hours. You can do 1 extra special trade during the event and up to 2 hours after to maximize for a maximum of 2 for the day. Stardust is gonna be 50% less for trades and more.
It's definitely a good reminder for people who have been doing it for a while. That's what I was laughing at. You're like, why would I blah 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 blah? Where, and then you're like, oh wait, I didn't remember that.
Well, and we did have the listener last week that asked, for newer players, what would they do? And this one's actually a really good one. So during this community day, there is triple experience for catching Pokemon. If you use a lucky egg during that, it's multiplicative, so it'll be 6 times experience for catching Pokemon. That's a good way to level up.
And the rest of this stuff, as I'm reading through it, sorry, I just saw something. The rest of this stuff, as I'm reading through it, it's good reminders. Like, oh, I didn't remember that. Or, of course, if you are new to the game, it is a great layout of how to maximize your day. It didn't really help you or me, other than Joe. Remember to take a snapshot. There's always time for a snapshot, Joe.
I always forget.
You do always forget. And I'm sitting there going, all right, I've done my 5. First thing I did my 5 snapshots. Got my 5 bonus. Well, it depends on the situation, but
Well, I mean, you wouldn't catch any Pokemon if you didn't do your snapshots.
You what, Joe? That's probably true. But there's some great tips there. It'll be in our show notes. And of course, by the time it comes out the podcast show notes, it might be a little too late for you. Unless you listen to
It'll definitely be too late. Yeah, unless you're listening on our YouTube channel.
Nope. Yeah. Oh, hit it, Joe.
Yeah. So Charles recently, this past week, revamped our YouTube channel so that it is no longer branded as Giant Size Team Up Network. It is simply the Pokemon GO Podcast YouTube channel. It's the same link, same channel. We have.
Nope. It's a new link.
Oh, it is.
Because
dun dun dun. Uh-oh.
Remember before it was just like YouTube. Well, okay, the link will probably take you there, like if you click on our show notes or whatever. But before we couldn't really say go to youtube.com/whatever.
Oh, we can say go to youtube.com/whatever now?
That's part of the text I sent you. And they've changed it. YouTube has changed it. I'm double checking. I typed it and I'm double checking it. Yep. We still need to clean up some of it, like the header needs to be cleaned up. Because it still says Giant Size Team Up in the header. But if you put in youtube.com/C, which I'm assuming stands for creator.
Channel.
channel. Okay, channel/. So it's C/Pokemon GO Podcast. So it's like Reddit is R/Pokemon GO Podcast. YouTube's following that same format. So it's youtube.com/Pokemon Go Podcast.
You don't even need the C. It's just youtube.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. Takes you there.
Nice. Because when I signed up for it, that's what it gave me was the C. And you're right. I just tried it. So, yeah, we now can say go to youtube.com/Pokemon Go Podcast as opposed to going, well, go there, search Pokemon Go Podcast, or, come to our webpage. By all means, come to our webpage and click the links. We've also, as of the end of last show and some this weekend, we've revamped our webpage to where it looks good.
Yeah, we're gonna be tweaking it some more. Last week we were ragging on it pretty good, but
it was hippie poop. Hippie.
It was rough. It was rough. But I mean, I don't know how many people actually use our website. All of the information that's on the website is stuff that we talk about here already. So,
hey, it's there. It helps the Googles find us, and
the Googles.
It's a great way to go and find our links to Patreon and everything else. It's right there at the top, and I just got that raid invite too. So, all right, this is great timing. We are going to play some Speak Pipes while we play some raids. So, Caesar has called in.
Did you refresh the page?
Thank you, Joe. You're not wrong. I have now. Last week you didn't quite play through, so tell me if you can hear this. Wait.
Nope.
Nothing? All right. I don't know what has changed, but I am going to download these real quick, and I guess from now on, as show prep, I need to download them and then get them put in on the buttons. So that is going to happen. But right now, we've got 2 from Caesar and 1 from Thomas, the tank engine there. And I'm getting them put on right now. Cleared out the spot. Uno. And I'll go ahead and play one while I load the other ones. All right, let's come over here. So, all right, here comes the first one from Caesar.
Oh.
Nope, that's not Caesar.
Hey there. My name's Tom. And I just want to say that the Pokemon Go podcast, you are all frauds.
What?
Okay, gotta go. Bye.
I missed you, buddy. I didn't even know you were going to give us a fraud alert when I called Barry a fraud tonight. But come say that to my Slurpee, and we'll have some.
Come say that to my Slurpee.
All right, these next 2 should be Caesar. This should be the first one Caesar called in, I do believe.
Hey guys, I was listening to the episode, and I heard about your story that it kicked you out before you started the raid. Actually, I got a worse one. So I was doing it happened last week or 2 weeks ago when Thunders was out. I was doing the Thunders raid. I finished it. I beat it. I got on the cat screen. The game crashed.
Oh.
And I couldn't get back in, so I couldn't catch it.
Oh, no.
So I contacted the little support people, and all they did was give me a premium battle pass, which at that point, I had already done the raid, so I couldn't do it again, and there was no other raids around me. But yeah, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
So I get what you're feeling. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that
And-
does suck, man.
And that's about all support will do for you, to be honest.
I mean,
So,
I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate with support, seeing different games and different things to do. What else can they do? They don't really have the time. It sucks, but they don't have the time to search. Well, okay, yeah.
technically, they can add Pokemon to accounts. They did it that first Go Fest. They gave you your Lugia.
But follow me here, Joe. This is where the advocacy part comes in. Yes, that was a fest-wide, if you will, issue that was definitive on their side, and they saw something happening. Okay, that's easily provable. You can't deny it. You screwed up. You gave the people who were there the Lugias, and you can verify who bought tickets or whatever, right? But when it comes down to individual players and crashes, like this with Caesar, let's say at the same time across the world there was a little bit of a widespread bug, and it crashed for 1,000 people. Do you really have the time to go research if all those 1,000 people across the world were playing raids that were thunderous and they crashed and they had a valid claim? Not really. Not on a Zendesk help ticket where one person has to clear like 50 tickets a day. Secondly, even if you did have the time, what stops 10,000 people from exploiting that? Because you know it's going to hit Reddit just like that. Oh, hey, man, you turn in your ticket and they'll give you a free thunderous. Now millions of players are turning in tickets.
Unless they limit that free Pokemon to a once only on your account. Every other one, it's just their generic, here's a raid pass.
But that still doesn't stop people from flooding tickets.
You're not wrong, but I mean, it would be a short-lived flood.
Have you been in New Orleans? Nobody believes in the term short-lived flood, my friend. A flood's a flood, and it wiped everything out. All right, here's one more. Here's one more from Cesar.
By the way, I forgot to mention that I got a Dirty Hippie Chansey, perfect and lucky.
Oh yeah,
nice.
A hundo lucky hippie Chansey.
That's nice. I think I might have called it Dirty Hippie Chansey. I legit walked past the Dirty Hippie Eevee the other day, and I was like, "No, I'm done, man."
I think I got rid of all my Dirty Hippie Chanseys. I probably should have kept one. Oh well.
I'm not keeping them, but I think I caught one. I definitely did not catch any Pikachu. In fact, tonight there's Pikachu standing there like, move on, buddy. You're not welcome here, man. And definitely bypassed a number of...
You're not worth the effort to throw at a ball.
Yeah, as long as Dirty Hip Eevee's in the game, I'm not playing. So, all right. that was the raid. That was the speak pipes, and we are now out of time. So I'm gonna hit this one last thing if I can get where I wanted to be, and that should be this one.
Hey, this is Karans2311, and this week I've got a question for Joe. What time is it?
It is time for random trivia. Can you guess what Pokemon I'm going to talk about tonight? I bet you can't.
Dirty Hippie Eevee.
Nope, Chansey.
I thought you were going to go with like zaRUDE or something like that. All right.
Oh, Chansey.
Hey, thanks everybody. I got to get ready for my next show. Bye.
The egg Pokemon. It evolves from Happiny and evolves into Blissey, but tonight I'm just going to talk about Chansey. Gen 1 Pokemon, awesome Pokemon, only found in the Safari Zone, runs away all the time and people hate it, but it's Chansey. And so Chansey is probably best known for being Nurse Joy's helper. I mean, Nurse Joy had Chansey for gens 1 through 4, I believe. Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, and then in the anime, also in the Orange Islands as well. But yeah, Chansey, good old Chansey. Pokedex entry says, a rare and elusive Pokemon that is said to bring happiness to those who manage to get it. And then... the Pokemon Stadium entry, I want to read this too because I mentioned this the other week and you were like, what?
Yeah.
The Pokedex entry from Pokemon Stadium says, it lays very succulent eggs every day. If it is treated with love and care, its eggs appear to become even more delicious.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, that's... That's it. I love that TikTok. There's a guy on TikTok who's like a cowboy. It seems like he'd be in Texas. Big beard, big hat. And he watches weird videos and he does that. What? And that's kind of how I feel about that entry. What?
So yeah, good old Chansey. Delicious eggs. People, I guess it's a marsupial technically because it's got a pouch, but Yeah, every Chansey in the main series games, and I haven't checked to see if this holds true, but I assume it would, is female in the main series games. Um, and so I assume that's true in Pokemon Go, but you know what assuming does, and well, it's Niantic. So let's just scan. All the ones I'm seeing are female, so I'm assuming that holds true. Chansey is clearly based off of Chance, the name. But a lot of people think that it is also a combination of not just chance but lucky, and especially because the Japanese translation is literally lucky, is what it is. So, but yeah, good old Chansey getting its evolutions in 3 different generations, because Chansey came out Generation 1, and then Happiny made its debut in Generation 4, and Blissey made its debut in Generation 2. So it went the middle evolution, the final evolution, and then they said, hey, let's give it a baby.
Yeah, and that always cracks me up. It's almost like the chicken or the egg, right? When they give you a baby 3 generations after you got the adults, it's like, wait a minute, that's not how that works. So yeah, it always just strikes me as odd. Oh, I got a random throw showing up in the wild here. That was interesting. Haven't seen him in a bit. So,
Maybe you'll get a shiny one.
He's red. All right, where I've lost my notes. There's my notes.
Blue,
Okay.
da-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
So, come join the show, right? Come out on Thursday nights. Come out, hang out, play with us at twitch.tv/Pokemon GO Podcast. I'll come back to that because I like to call out who is actually here and hanging out with us. Joe, tell the name of the park again of where we'll be Saturday.
It's Imagination Station in College Dale, Tennessee.
So if you're a podcast listener, there's a really, really strong chance this didn't get published till Sunday after I got back. So do apologize, but yeah, that's
we can tweet it out.
Live. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, hopefully you saw the tweet if you're on the podcast. If you're live, there you go. If you want to leave that speak pipe like Caesar did and Thomas, Tom, killing me, man. Why you call me a fraud? You're a fraud. Yeah. This is like only the second time this calendar year you've called in, you fraud. I miss you, man. But if you'd like to leave speak pipes like that, it's PokemonGoPodcast.com/speakpipe. And actually, Joe, that was one thing I did not pay attention to when we updated the site. Did our speak pipe plugin translate accordingly?
I believe it did.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. We'll get back to that in a second. Reddit is reddit.com/r/Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter's at Pokemon Go Pod. YouTube is youtube.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. And before I get to that last little bit, it did. There's a nice green tab on the side of our nice, beautiful looking new website that says record your voicemail. You click it, any device that touches the internet with a microphone, you can leave your voicemail. You can get up to 90 seconds. That's a long time to talk. It's a long time for us to listen to you. But we'd love to have you do. Oh, you're doing the Twitter. Like, Joe, you're on the screen. Oh, you're doing the Twitter. That's great. But join us if you want to see Joe compose tweets live on the air and then see Disney and Pixar's Lightyear promotion. Come join us at twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast, where you can join awesome people like Currents 2311, Dooley Productions, Iviotic, Lori Pub, Santa Claus Gift, Thunder Muffin 2277, the CEO of the Slurps, Tugus Rose 27, which Tugus, I typed in the number. I don't have an. Oh wait, that might be you. Tugus. I got Lady Mal is the in-game name, and then VO by Kurt. You can join Kurt out here who loves to spam our titles to see if he can win. Which again, hey, for the podcast, I want to hit it out. I normally talk about it after the fact, but as I did earlier, the way you do the title, S or exclamation point S space, and we play the game all night long as we're recording. So lots of titles go in, and then Joe's actually going to put in the link. And at the end of the show, once we start recording the podcast, we still do some more live work and talk to the people here live, and you can go vote for the title. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of great interactivity. I love hanging out with you guys. So come and do that. Joe, where can they find you on the web?
You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. How about you, Charles?
You can find me at Rock Out of Pod on Twitter and Charles McFall, pretty much. And actually, if you search Twitter for Charles McFall, you'll find me, and everywhere else that is social media, and charlesmcfall.com for a bunch of podcast stuff. And currently, and still ongoing, we are One EMS. It's ARE. We are One EMS is the thing that I'm doing right now, talking about some of my life journey through EMS, talking about leadership stuff that I'm working on, the stuff that's going on in the company, and just different other things in EMS. There's going to be some political interviews coming up soon and some other kind of interviews, so follow that. Tune in next week to hear Joe say,
Oh, the Slurpee machine. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if it's bad. But oh, the Slurpee machine.